Alright guys, so I know it's been a minute since the last video. Appreciate you guys supporting the channel. Life has been crazy. I'll get into that in a second. Check out Barbell Apparel, my sponsor. They have the new Covert shorts launching tomorrow, so check that out as well. Those are going to be awesome. They got tons of pockets and zippers and all the places to store things. Check those out. Now, as far as the point of the video, so I'm going to get right into the point of the video. The new exercise that I absolutely love, an exercise that I've been hammering, an exercise that I've been programming like crazy for my clients, an exercise that I have seen tremendous results with as far as improving my bench, packing size on my arms, just crazy pumps, ridiculous pumps, all the good things you could think of. This is an exercise I would recommend incorporating into your routine. And that exercise, it is overhead cable tricep extensions. So I've been doing the overhead cable tricep extensions for the past 6 weeks or so. I've really been doing a lot of them in place of push downs, which I've always been huge on push downs. I think push downs are tremendous for size gains, helping your bench, the lockout. The reason I like push downs so much over, say, like a JM press or a skull crusher or things of that nature that also work really well, even a French press, or that push downs don't seem to aggravate the elbow joint to the same degree as a as a French press, skull crusher, anything like that. So I notice with a lot of direct tricep exercises, I get a lot of elbow pain a lot of times. I've seen this with a lot of guys. They get their elbows flared up. And I don't seem to get that with push downs to the same degree, particularly with the V handle and straight bar. But I've been doing a lot more of the overhead cable tricep extensions, where you're in a staggered stance, you're almost leaning forward with both arms overhead and you're extending out like this with both hands. And this has just hits a different part of the tricep than you can kind of get with the push downs. And it's just packed on tremendous size. Even with all the running I'm doing, even with my body weight being around 200 pounds still and not lifting even anywhere near to the degree I normally would, this has been a tremendous addition to my training program. So give it a shot. It's one of my favorites. I really like to push it for 20, 25 rep sets. You know, you do 5 sets of 25 on these with even light weight. It doesn't take much weight, and your triceps are going to explode. Pump is crazy. The carryover you'll see, like I said, to your absolute bench strength is tremendous as well. So give that one a shot. Check it out. If you're interested in coaching, I can't take anyone on necessarily right now, but possibly end of June. Hit me up, prstrength1@gmail.com. I'll put that in the description. Now, I want to talk a little bit about my life, what's going on right now. I am 35 days out from the Bighorn 100-mile run in Sheridan. It's just outside of Sheridan, Wyoming. And that's been, involved a lot of training, a lot of time. I had 2 surgeries in the past couple weeks, 3 total procedures. So I've been very busy. There's been a lot of stuff going on. I haven't been able to make as many videos because we're in the toughest part of the training cycle for the race. Like, this is the peak volume, peak mileage. Tomorrow I'm supposed to do 28 miles. Next week on Friday I've got a 33 miler, and then the day after that a 20. So like the volume of miles is 70, 80, 85 miles a week. And this is really, we're hitting it the hardest now, and then it's going to taper down. So it's just been a lot going on. We had my wife's birthday yesterday. We went out to eat last night. Really good day. And that's the thing, guys. Like, she's the one who really runs the gym. Like, we have this gym, Co-Strength and Fitness, and my wife, Kelly, she's the one who gets up at 4 a.m. every single weekday, and she's here till 8, 9 p.m. So I do a lot more online stuff. Train people online. I do some personal training one-on-one in person as well, but she's the one who runs this whole place and keeps it all together. So incredibly thankful for her. It was her birthday. It was awesome. We went to O'Charlie's. Shout out to those in the South if you know about O'Charlie's. Does anyone go to O'Charlie's? You get the rolls, you dip them in the butter, you get the chicken tenders. They have free pie Wednesday. I got cherry pie. Really good stuff, guys. Strawberry lemonade, all the good things. But I digress. So I've been running a ton. We got that coming up. The race. It's going to take everything I got. And I had the kidney stone surgery. So as you guys know, I originally thought I had a 22 millimeter kidney stone. Well, it was actually 24 millimeters. So 24 millimeter kidney stone. Uh, and basically, they did a CT scan, they did 2 x rays. They went in for the first surgery, which was April 15th, and they couldn't get through the ureters. So the ureters are what transport urine and all that down into the bladder. They're 4 millimeters wide for most people. Most people, your ureters, you have one on each side going from your kidney to your bladder, 4 millimeters wide. This kidney stone is 24 millimeters sitting in the left kidney. It's not coming out. So they couldn't get it. They couldn't get through. They couldn't get the laser and the microscope through the ureters. So they put a stent in. So this stent is a foot long, and it sits from your kidney, goes down to your bladder. So this stent, incredibly painful. The first 2 days, I'm peeing razor blades. Worst pain ever. Peed blood the whole week. You have to pee constantly because the stent irritates your bladder. Terrible week. It was very painful. Just smoked me. Came back a week later, the 22nd. Second surgery, okay? So second surgery, the stent's been in a week. Things are opened up. I'm taking Flomax. I'm taking Toradol for inflammation. It's like a strong ibuprofen painkiller. They go in, they laser down the stone as much as possible, and they put another stent in, a smaller one at this point now. So I've got this stent in, but the stone is lasered down, right? I'm still peeing blood like crazy. I'm trying to run. It's like impossible. One of my runs was 17 miles. I peed 17 times, and every time there was blood. Another run the next day, I peed like 20 times. I have to go in the woods because there's nowhere to go. I have to run in the woods. And anyway, so it was brutal. I go in a week later. This is in office, so I didn't get put under for this one. This is the third procedure. The first 2 were surgeries in the hospital, in the operating room. You're put under with anesthesia and all that. Third one, we go in office to the urologist. It's a cystoscopy. Cystoscopy, look that up. It's not fun. You're wide awake. They numb you. They go up, pull the stent out of your urethra. It's not fun. It's horrible pain. They got the stent out. Stent is awful. It's the worst part about kidney stones. And then I had the worst pain of my life that night. My kidney was spasming for about 7 hours. Worst pain of my life. I was ready to climb the walls. It was so painful. Kidney spasming from the stent being out. And then a couple days later, started feeling good. And then for the last week, I've basically been peeing out the remnants of the stone. So I feel 100 times better. The stone, essentially, I haven't had a follow-up x-ray. That will be at the end of the month. The stone should be mainly out of me at this point, and I feel incredible. So it's been an arduous journey of pain in March and April. 2 surgeries, 3 procedures for this massive stone. I think it's done now. Now, what I think caused this, I have every gene having to do with kidney stones, the SNPs for kidney stones. I don't recall what they are exactly off the top of my head. I looked into this once, what the SNPs are. You can look them up on 23andMe. They aren't in the 23andMe files, but if you find them online, the SNPs, you can find them through your 23andMe database and see if you're susceptible to kidney stones. My dad's always dealt with them, calcium oxalate versions. So that predisposed me to them. And then I also ate a ton of potato chips for like years. So like for years, I would often eat many days, family-sized bag of potato chips, no problem. Well, potatoes are one of the highest oxalate foods. Spinach and almonds are the worst. You avoid them at all costs. Chocolate, specifically dark chocolate, potatoes, raspberries, things like that are high oxalate. So I was putting a lot of oxalates in my body. I was often dehydrated on these long runs over the course of the last year. And I was also taking a ton of vitamin D, 10,000 IUs. My vitamin D level was 103. It was off the charts, which the normal scale runs from like 20, I want to say, to 100. And I was at like 103. And the problem with too much vitamin D is it can make it to where you're excreting the calcium in your body at an extremely high rate. So your body actually needs calcium. If you're prone to kidney stones, you need to take in a lot of calcium to basically bind to the oxalates, and then you'll excrete the oxalates. So if your body's just wiping out the calcium through so much vitamin D consumption, that can lead to the stones, and that's probably what causes to grow a bit. So I'm going to cut the vitamin D dose back from around 70,000 IUs a week, 10,000 a day, to about, I'll probably do 20 to 30,000 IUs per week. So less than half of what I was doing. I'm getting in the sun a lot too with the running, but I definitely want to avoid the massive kidney stones and hospital bills and massive pain that accompanies that. So we got this race coming up. I've had these kidney stones. There's been a lot going on. That's what's all been going on with me. And I just want to keep you guys posted. And if you guys, support the channel, like the channel, like what I've been talking about, or have any ideas, comment. Let me know if you guys have had any crazy kidney stones. Let me know what you guys think of the overhead cable tricep extensions. And, subscribe to the channel, comment, like the video. All that's going to help. I really appreciate it. Check out Barbell Apparel. Thank you guys so much.